finally got some nice weather. It's been pouring for this last little bit. Let's talk frustrations. I am frustrated. The soil is poor and it's a lot of work, and I'm struggling with 2 young children. Like, let's be honest, it's ridiculously difficult, and I wanted to make it as easy as possible, and yet I'm feeling like the planning didn't work. I'm currently, the plan for this section, because the dirt is just so bad, we are just going to plant sunflowers, and the sunflowers are hopefully going to soften and fix the soil, and that's the plan. So my job today is digging holes and then hopefully putting some seeds in the ground with my daughter. We'll see how that goes. And I'm just really disappointed at what's coming up and like what's not coming up. We've got like I've planted like 25 florets, and now 9 of them have come up, but I have planted them twice. So just like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, it's keeping it moist as possible, watering every 2 days. Just like, am I over watering? Because when I go and touch it, it's dry. So like, do I need to be watering every day? I don't know. Like, I'm stuck. This is just, we're slowly getting there, This is the beginning of June. As you can see, I've got sunflowers popping up. I've had to kind of like, the weeds are just crazy right now. So like this whole area totally covered, had to unpick all of that. I am slowly working through. You can kind of see I'm hacking back the grass, but it just grows so quickly, and there's this stupid, I think it's chickweed. It's insane, but it pulls out really easily, so that, at least there's that. This is my zinnias are actually doing quite well up here, and I've got, I don't think there's any cosmos here. Oh wait, there's one. I'm just having so many issues. So I've now trellised my peas. So these are going to be snow peas, and these peas are super duper happy because it's nice and cool. These are snap peas, sugar peas, one of them. The squash are coming up. Here's what's funny, is that I say every year, oh, I'm not going to plant as many zucchinis. And this year I planted 2. I planted 2. 2 is going to be enough. I had yellow zucchini and they didn't come up. So I went and I bought some more seeds. I bought some black zucchini. And lo and behold, the yellow zucchini popped up. So did the black zucchini. So we're going to have more zucchini than I meant to. This has been really awesome. This is, I think, red curry. I'll have to put the title on the screen there. But these have been doing so well. And I've already harvested my radishes. Oh my god, the wind. I don't know if you can see this. It's insane. This is one of my boxes. I'm currently discovering an issue with some of the seeds that I have. So as you can see, some are sprouting and some are not. Also, weeds. Okay. So this is dill that I have coming up. This is chamomile. I do see some little seeds. Now there was 600 in the pack, and I planted all of them. So I think these are it, and I'm hoping they are. Also, checking out my parsley. Now I think this is what you call when it's bolted or it's gone to seed, and I kind of don't mind that it has. I am planning on cutting it back at some point, but I'm kind of enjoying this for like bouquets and stuff. The sage has gone to flower, and this is basil. I did weed it yesterday, but I feel like the weeds just come up like crazy. So this is the basil, pretty sure. Speaking of things that come up really fast, borage. Here you go. Borage kind of looks like squash coming up, which was really interesting, fascinating. And a lot of weeds, so we'll have to dig into here pretty soon. And over here is supposedly a pumpkin. I'm pretty sure that's it. Focus. There we go. I have now planted 4 seeds of this pumpkin. It's supposed to be a gigantic one, and I was thinking it would be really fun to have one for Halloween. And then this was my kukuza. I wanted to call it kuzo, like Kuzo from The Emperor's New Groove. I think the seeds were duds, so I'll probably plant some more squash. Okay, so I've had a couple of rough nights, lack of sleeping, and just overall really disappointed in germination, but I do want to share one success. That's a flower. I mean, it's a pepper plant, but it's a flower. Some days of failures, and some days have great successes, and today is one of those. I just replanted a bunch of zinnias because they're not coming up, and half of me is wondering if it's the soil. Half of me is wondering, I can't math, okay. A third of me is wondering if it's the soil, a third of me is wondering if it's the seeds, and the other third is wondering if I'm not keeping the soil moist enough. So we are going to try change some of those variables. So different seeds, and trying to water a little bit more diligently, just keeping it moist, not necessarily overwater, just moist. And what was my other thing? Oh, the soil. Well, we can't really change that right now. That's just going to come with time. So we got that. Got a little bit of weeding. Planted some seeds, some nigella, different brand. I should have shown you the interesting results that I've got one brand. None of the rows came up. The only rows that have come up and been lush are this other brand. And it's just fascinating how different seed companies have varying successes. So, and also little one here, I don't know if you can kind of see, he's like kind of helping a little bit. He's helping push the wheelbarrow, which is, you know, toddler independence. Okay, he's struggling, he's not letting me help him. And I got something else done. What else did I do? I was able to water some of the sunflowers. I just went chaos planting with the sunflowers, where we literally soaked the seeds a little bit and then we scattered them all over and just kind of raked them in, and we're just going to water them and see what sprouts. And when I'm talking like a ton of sunflower seeds, I'm talking like we're planting 30 feet of the back end. So the back end here, where the soil is just not great, we're planting that all sunflowers. So far we've got a quarter of that planted, which is still, it's a lot, like 4 foot by 30 foot. That's a big bed. That's a lot of sunflowers. Okay, he's insistent. So today was a success. So Karen, when you look back on this, just say, some days when you parent and garden are not going to go smoothly. And other days, your child wants to dig in the dirt, he wants to play with the toys, and he wants to help mama, and some days are a success. I'm not sure I can convey the enormity of this hill, but it's fairly tall, and you just go up. So you're at my eye level right now. You're at my eye level, and I'm hiking up. There's Marshall, and there's one of my sea guys. And this is still my eye level. And I am now standing eye level to where our field is. It's just, I cannot get over this. This is what the start of a haying season looks like. A empty barn. This was stacked all the way up to here, all the way up to the roof, and came out probably to about here. And it's all down to this. Right now, John is in the orange tractor, and he is putting the round bales on a flatbed driven by the green tractor. My dad is driving it, and I think this is probably gonna make his night. I don't think he was planning on driving a tractor tonight. We originally asked them over to hang out with the kids so that we could do this, but I think this is fantastic because, like, when do you get to drive tractors? So my dad's in the John Deere and John's in the Kubota. So they'll bring all of the bales in, and then we'll bring them to the wrapper. Now I've got a video of that. So the bigger farms have a baler and wrapper combo where it bales on site. So you'll see farms like that that have theirs already wrapped in the field, spread out. Ours, we have to put on this contraption powered by the green tractor, and this will wrap all of them. I learned all of this when I married John. Okay, so this is the baler. Basically, all the rakes underneath scoop up the hay that John has raked into tiny, neat rows. I think they're called furrows. And then it makes the bale in here, nice round bale. And then this lid pops up and spits out the finished bale. if you've ever been wondering why your apple tree is not producing, maybe you need to do a hard prune. Now, I don't think I did a hard enough prune on this. However, it has so much growth since I cut all this off. But look, 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 look. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see all of those potential apples? Can you see that? Guys, I had 6 apples last year. Prune your tree. The case of the mysterious jalapenos. So the ones in this bed are thriving. Obviously, you can't really tell where they are because I have that lovely cover, but this is a pepper plant. This one is doing really well. This one is doing really well. And yet we head over this way, and these are just like the saddest little things. Like, I don't think they're saving that one. That one's like, okay. Same with all of those ones. Like, what is going on? I'm wondering if companion planting, these are beans. I don't know if that is affecting it. It's different soil maybe, but these are just thriving over here. Mysterious case of the beans that would not come up. I have seeded this now twice, and I've got a couple more. And this side is doing really well. The parsley's coming up. Parsley's happy. Facelia's happy. I am doing a bit of a water, so I can't really give you a complete overview, but the dill, you can tell the dill from the lines. This is basil, maybe, huh? The nigella is doing really, 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 really well. But I also wanted to show you, I've got a little pepper here, and where's the other one? I'm pretty sure it was here, and I got a little pepper one coming up here. So that's pretty exciting. And the cucumbers are super happy. The marigolds, like, that's a marigold. I am used to these small ones. This is a massive one. It's gigantic. But the cucumbers are happy. I've done all of the trellising. So what I've done is I've done it from the beams, and I've done it all the way down. And I've done probably overkill, but that was the hopeful wish that things would pop up. And like, hello, some have. And I think there's one, yeah, look, like one still just decided, oh, hey, I'm actually going to thrive now. But what I wanted to show you is I have been actually picking some of these pickling cucumbers. Like this is a good one. I need to pick this one. Come on. There we go. Because I want the plants to be putting energy elsewhere. Oh, this one's just going bonkers everywhere. I know, I need to trim them so it's only got one line. There's another pickling one. It looks bigger than it actually is. I'll probably pick it tomorrow morning. The tomatoes are actually doing okay. They're a little bit droopy right now, and I think that might just be the heat of today. This is the first big heat spell that we've had. It got up to 27 today, so, you know, the plants are feeling it. Let's see if we can find any more. I don't think so, because I think I cut off a lot of the bottom branches. I just didn't want them. Oh, there you go. These are supposed to be the long ones, so I'm going to let those ones grow a little bit more. Not gonna lie, we have had a lot of issues with the way that this door system was built. Not like in the kit. They're built basically like this. We had to add the handles. These crossbars are absolutely terrible because they flap in the wind. And what's happened is the bolts that are holding them in get stripped from just going back and forth and back and forth. And then they pop off and you can't put them back on because of course they're stripped. It's also held on by poly, which, like, who designed this? Someone who doesn't live in a windy place, I guess? I don't know. It's not long lasting. And I don't know if you can see, like, the doors at the end. I've commented many, many times. The ones at the back, absolutely horrific. So we're going to have to rethink about how we're installing. We are installing a second greenhouse. Let me show you. Over here. So this is going to be greenhouse number 2. But they're building it slightly differently. So this one is
it uses, oh, what are they called? They're like big cement blocks, and they anchored them, and then they anchored the building with wood, and that was kind of a hassle to make sure everything was level. This time what they're doing is they're doing posts for every bar that goes down. They're gonna cement it into the ground, and hopefully that'll be a better structural plan. And then eventually in this middle here, we're having some sort of a rain garden because all of the water is going to fall off the roof into this area, and that's like just going to water it, help deal with water retention. Maybe we'll plant berries. I think that's the plan. And another thing to complain about are the rollers. The rollers have been driving me nuts. Like this nut that's holding this up here keeps popping off. And then the handle, there's supposed to be a white handle there, also came off. So this thing is not really built for durability and use, which is weird because you would think that someone would be using the rollers. I roll them up in the morning because it gets so hot, but I roll them down in the evening because I want the heat to maintain a level inside the greenhouse. So I don't know. See, this one has the handle, but this one, anyway, just a lot of complaints about how this is structurally built. This was like a company, like a kit that we bought, so who knows. I need to go turn that water off. We'll talk to you again soon. We are doing a thing that feels incredibly wrong, but from all of the tutorials that I've looked at, we need to be snipping off the bottoms of the cucumber trellis, the cucumbers, so they start trellising up the line. They need to have one main vine. I'm gonna wait till this one's ripe-ish, and then I'm gonna be chopping off all those bottom leaves. As you can see, I've been kind of going crazy on this one. I don't really want to have all this fruit at the bottom. So I'm going to try and get rid of all of these blossoms. But I waited too long with this one. Sorry. I waited too long with this one. And it ended up having two main branches. So now we have two branches going up, which I guess is not a bad thing. But we just don't want to have all the energy being expended at the bottom. There we go. There we go. And then they'll be trellising up. I have done a different thing. You remember my jalapenos were sucking. So what I have done in a desperate attempt is I have transplanted them over here where my bee balm and my gomphrena did not come up, and we are going to cross our fingers that they are going to succeed as well as these ones. And if not, well, this is my wrap up of the garden vlog. I don't know how messy it was because I don't even know what kind of footage I took. June has been a really weird, busy month. And I don't know if you can hear, I've gotten sick. Everybody's gotten sick except for me, and then now I'm sick, so yay. What's like the main takeaway from June? Oh, is that it's finally started to warm up, which means things are finally starting to grow, which yay. We've already had 2 harvests of cucumbers. I've made pickles already. I do a fridge pickle because that's just the easiest thing to do to keep up with an unsteady supply of cucumbers instead of waiting for one big batch. The beans are starting to come up. Flowers are starting to come up. I've actually clipped a few of my zinnias, which means they are at least, well, were that big, and I've trimmed them now to there. And I'm excited and ready for flowers to finally start blooming. I thought I would be doing bouquets in June, but no. I guess we're probably going to be doing bouquets July, August, and September. Okay, that's fine. Like, let's just like be flexible with what's happening and realistic. And this first year is a learning year, so we're just learning the timing of everything. I think just the main thing that I wanted to say, So, future Karen, if you are watching this next year and it's like January, just know that the flowers will grow. Maybe not all of them, but they will grow. So stop panicking. Stop thinking you're not doing it right. Now, are there things that I can do differently next year? Absolutely. But don't get too anxious. And my business partner, Megan, was telling me plants can feel if you're anxious. And I am a worrier and I am anxious about a lot of things. And so I just ignored the greenhouse for a couple of days, and lo and behold, things are coming up. Also, weeds. So I'm going to have to start figuring out what to do with a lot of the weeds and damping them down. But overall, June, slow, but starting to do something. It's starting to look like something. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. My name is Karen. I'm a book reader, but I'm also getting into flower farming. See you again soon.